Hey guys, how's it going? Well, I'm still broke, living in a van, um, but I want to share some more details about that and how I'm surviving. Um, so I got myself in this predicament because I have like $24,000 in vans. One I'm living in, and one I'm trying to fix up to move into so I can sell the other one. And I'm very close to putting the Connect up for sale. I just have to do basically I got to take all the stuff out, and I got to take the roof vent out, the solar panel, and the batteries, and I'm leaning towards trying to sell it as just a regular Transit Connect and not a micro camper van, because I think my market is going to be limited to people that can afford to spend that much money on a camper van. If you're living in a micro camper van, chances are you don't have a lot of money, or you're just like an ultra minimalist who's trying to save money on gas. So what happened was, part of the reason I got myself in this situation is because I had this idea. Well, what I'll do is I'll buy from a dealership, and then I'll make payments on the new van, so that I don't have to spend all my money on this new van. And that way it'll be like, $300 or $400 or $500 a month, and I'll still have thousands of dollars in the bank. Because before this, I had like enough to buy a new van, $13,000 van, plus pay all the taxes and all this stuff. So it ended up costing me like 16,000 altogether. And I paid for most of that. I think $1,000 I put on my credit card. The rest was cash that I had saved. So it's not like I'm capable of saving. I am. I just have kind of got myself in the situation. And as I was just saying, I had this idea that I'll just buy from a dealership. Well, I have two problems I ran into. Number one is the dealership. I mean, for this van that I just bought, the 2012 Express, it's paid $13,000 for it with 100,000 kilometers. The dealerships wanted $19,000 for the exact same van with the exact same amount of kilometers, or very close. And ones that are closer to my price range had way more kilometers, like 80,000 more. So it wasn't even like, it just wasn't a good value to buy from a dealership in that sense. The second problem is I recently changed my cell phone over to a different carrier to get more data, and that's working very well. But in the process, they did a credit check, and it turns out my credit is not good. I think what happened is I missed a payment to my credit card either once or twice in a row. So that's not good. And now I have it automatically coming out of my bank. So even if I wanted to buy from a dealership, they might have said, "Yes, sorry, we're going to have to decline because your credit's not good." So that put me in the position of just buying the van and trying to get the Connect ready to sell as soon as possible. Anyway, that's the background story. So what am I doing to kind of survive? Right now I've got about $400 to my name. And I still do have a line of credit, which I've never used. I didn't really know it was available until a couple days ago. And that's $750. So I could tap into that. I could also borrow money from my brother, which I really don't want to do. I don't like to be a burden to people. I don't like to borrow money. I've never done that in the last 20 years, or maybe longer. I don't think I've ever done it. Never borrowed money from a family member. So things that I do to save money, basically, I don't spend money. I don't. I'm trying to drive as little as possible. In fact, there's a spot I'm parked in right now that is close to everything, within a 10 to 15 minute walk of major grocery stores and Wi-Fi And so I don't really need to spend any money. The only thing I need to spend money on is food. I don't have any bills except for internet and car insurance, which comes out once a month. But that's it. I don't have to pay for heat because it's summer, and no electricity, obviously. So I'm saving the money that way. So really, the only thing, I mean, and those costs of insurance and what was the other one? Internet. It only comes once a month. So I'm hoping to be out of this within that time, but we'll see. Food is a big expense, and I'm trying to, not spend. And that's a hard one for me because I'm used to just buying a burrito or whatever and dropping $10 at a time for food. But I'm trying to not do that. I'm having last night I had a peanut butter and jam sandwich, bag of cherries, which is on sale, and an apple. That was dinner. And I can have a can of soup, can of beans, and as much vegetables and fruit. That's pretty cheap. And then I'm eating some peanuts and stuff like that as well. So food is the big expense. Problem too is I'm having trouble building the van because I'm having to justify buying materials. When you have $400, do you really want to spend $50 on plywood? Well, not really, but in order to make any progress, you kind of have to. And I think what I'm going to do from now on, any building I do, I'm going to dip into that line of credit and just use that money. Anyway, some people are saying, oh man, why don't you just get a job? Well, my job right now is to build the new van so I can move in as soon as possible and sell the Connect. And once I sell the Connect, I'm fine. I'm not going to have any problems. And part of the strategy of that is obviously doing it as soon as possible. And I'm spending 8 hours a day, 6 hours a day working on these vans to try to get them ready to make the transition. And once I have it for sale, I'm going to give it a week, and if I don't get any bites, I'm going to drastically reduce the price. I'm already going to be way cheaper than the dealership. I mean, this thing has 81,000 kilometers, and they're selling vans of the same year, same make, for $14,000 with way more kilometers, with 150,000. And I'm going to try to put mine up for 11,000 with 81,000 kilometers, which I think is a good deal. It's in great shape. There's no problems with this van whatsoever. So after a week, if I don't get any bites, I'm going to reduce the price and take a hit. I'm going to go down to $9,000. And I really can't go below $9,000. I mean, that is a really good deal in Canada, in our market, for this van. So I'm basically going to lose $2,000, $1,500 in the sale of the van. But in the long scheme of things, you got to do what you got to do to survive. And if that means having less money from the sale of the van, oh well, at least I have $9,000 in my pocket, and I can start living again. Yesterday I had a friend call me and he wanted to get together tonight. Well, I can't, because I can't afford to drive to Vancouver, and I don't want to pay $6 or $7 in bus fare. So, and then once you're out, then I can't spend any money because I don't have anything to spend. So I basically, living off Wi-Fi and internet, and working on the van during the day, and Wi-Fi and internet in the evening. And that's what I'm doing. But I want to live, man. This summer is supposed to be fun, and it's not been so good so far. But one avenue for me to make some money during this time is by making YouTube videos. And I've been making way more videos than usual. My goal is to get to 1,000 views per video. And some of them have way overexceeded that. Some of them haven't. It's kind of why, I've kind of already made this video in a way, living in a van, I'm broke. But that video that I made, even though I got a lot of heat for it, had 4,600 views. And for me, that's really high. So I thought, man, let's do another one, because even if I get half those views, that's good for me. I'll take it. So that's why I'm kind of talking on this topic again. So yeah, I'm hoping this will be my biggest YouTube paycheck ever. The biggest one so far was $280, and if I can get above 300, that would be awesome. And my strategy for doing that is to try to make as many videos, like a daily video. If you guys can think of anything that you could suggest that I talk about, preferably semi-van related, that you think would get a lot of views, let me know. I'm all ears. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. So like I said, some people are saying, hey, why don't you just get a job? Well, as I mentioned previously, I'm working on the van all the time, and the days that I'm not working on the van, I'm spending all day with my kids so that my ex can go to work and I can see my kids. So that leaves very little time to work and a job. But when I sell the Connect, or not when I sell the Connect, when I'm moved into the new van and the Connect is for sale, then I'm not going to have all that work to do on the Connect to get it ready to sell. And basically out of crisis mode, I can just, I can live with the walls unfinished in the new van. I could get a job during the day. So I will do that. If the Connect doesn't sell fast and is not working out, I know a guy who I think I can get a job with him in my field. Although his might not work with him, but I'm definitely going to look into getting employment once the van, my current 2012, is livable and the Express is up, or the Connect is up for sale. Then I will try to get a job. Of course, I already have a job lined up. And some people are saying, "Oh, why did you quit your job in the first place?" Well, I didn't really quit. The contract ended, and once the contract ends, there's no more employment, and a new contract will be offered in the fall with the same employer. But instead of taking that contract, I'm taking a contract with a different employer. And this one is not really a contract. It's they operate differently. It's like a regular position where there's no contract. You're hired until you're fired, which hopefully is never. But yeah, so suffice it to say, my employment situation is fine. In the fall, I'll be having October, late September, I'll be having full-time employment, and I should be fine. But it's right now where it's just kind of like the crisis moment. Anyway, I'm going to keep a positive attitude and do the best I can with what I have got myself into. And next time, I'm going to put more thought into when transitioning between vans. I'm going to think about this more and come up with a different solution, because this one is not ideal. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good night.